The front split, commonly known as the one-line split, stands as one of the most iconic displays of flexibility in disciplines such as dance, gymnastics, and yoga. It is more than just a test of how soft or loose the body is, it's a comprehensive challenge that examines muscular control, joint mobility, and mental resilience. For dancers, a perfect front split is not merely a stretch of the legs, but a sophisticated expression of body language and aesthetic elegance. In theory, the ideal front split forms a straight 180-degree line, with one leg extended forward and the other stretched backward, both resting flat on the ground. The pelvis should remain upright and neutral, without tilting or rotating. Achieving this alignment means the hip joints must reach their maximum range of motion, the pelvis must stay centered and stable, and the hamstrings and hip flexors must be elongated to their fullest extent. However, 180 degrees is a theoretical benchmark. On professional stages and in elite competitions, some top-level dancers can extend their splits beyond 180 degrees, reaching 190 or even 200 degrees. In these instances, the back leg lifts higher, the front leg slightly elevates, and the body enters an exaggerated form known as the oversplit. This level of flexibility goes far beyond average and is the result of extraordinary training, often started in early childhood, coupled with inherent physical gifts. Flexibility is often misunderstood as simply being soft. In reality, true flexibility is a dynamic balance of muscle elasticity, joint mobility, and neuromuscular control. To execute a 180-degree front split, several areas of the body must work in harmony. The hip joints serve as the pivotal center for the split, requiring not only lateral range but also sufficient space within the hip socket to avoid bone-on-bone restriction. The hamstrings, located on the back of the front leg, must stretch effectively to allow the leg to fully extend forward. The quadriceps and the deep iliopsoas of the back leg must also lengthen deeply to permit full backward extension. Additionally, the lumbar spine and pelvis must be precisely aligned. A front split is not simply about tearing the legs apart, but maintaining postural integrity and joint safety. In certain artistic performances such as ballet, modern dance, or figure skating, dancers push their flexibility to extremes for visual impact. One might see a performer lift the back leg near the head while the front leg grazes the floor, creating a visually stunning and seemingly impossible shape. Such feats demand not only exceptional flexibility but also intense core strength to stabilize the body and maintain grace under physical duress. While impressive, this level of flexibility is not necessary, or safe, for everyone. For most practitioners, reaching 160 to 170 degrees is already a remarkable achievement, sufficient for most training, performance, and physical wellness needs, while also reducing the risk of joint injuries. One's ability to perform a split is limited by multiple factors, not just effort. Many people train diligently yet still struggle to reach 180 degrees. This is because flexibility is influenced by skeletal structure, such as the depth of the hip socket, the angle of the femoral neck, and the natural curvature of the spine. Some bodies are structurally more conducive to deep splits, while others face anatomical barriers that cannot be overridden, no matter how persistent the training. Another limiting factor is the body's protective reflexes. When a muscle is stretched to a certain threshold, it reflexively contracts to prevent injury. Overcoming this neural guarding requires consistent, gradual practice that builds both physical capacity and a sense of safety. Improper training methods, such as abrupt or forceful stretching, not only fail to produce results but also increase the risk of strains or joint damage. Effective stretching should incorporate warm-up routines, proper posture, controlled breathing, and thoughtful pacing. Mental factors also play a significant role. Fear of pain or anxiety can inhibit muscle relaxation, while those who develop a calm, communicative relationship with their bodies tend to progress more efficiently. Mastering the front split is never an overnight achievement. Dancers often begin their flexibility training as young as 6 or 7, spending years refining their range and alignment. This is not just a physical transformation but a psychological journey. Progress is built through careful, incremental effort, warming up with aerobic activity, combining dynamic and static stretches, respecting pain thresholds, and practicing consistently. Even 15 minutes a day, when done properly, can lead to meaningful improvement over time. Professional dancers may endure significant discomfort or even injury in pursuit of the perfect line, shaping their bodies into instruments of art through tireless discipline. Every joint and muscle is sculpted with intention. But for the average person, the goal doesn't have to be perfection. What truly matters is the sense of awareness, control, and satisfaction that comes from training. Reaching a 160 to 170 degree split already reflects excellent flexibility, sufficient for most physical endeavors, supporting joint health, and even slowing down the aging process. Flexibility training is not merely about executing a specific move, it's a conversation between the body and the mind. The front split, in its essence, is more than a pose, it is a testament to one's determination and patience. Behind every clean 180-degree line is a history of micro-adjustments, scientific methods, and an unrelenting pursuit of beauty and control. For the average practitioner, the journey toward flexibility is just as meaningful. With every gentle push, every small breakthrough, the body whispers, "Just a bit more, and you'll go even further." That quiet progress, that persistent reaching for the edge, is what gives training its lasting value.